Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to share with you 5 books that I have selected for you to really introduce English language to your child who is 2 years old or 3 years old. And so the first thing I'd like to share with you is that at the age of 2 years old, of course, this is not a time for your child to learn to read as such, but to really discover reading and discover how a book is held, and how do you hold a book, how do you turn the pages, and where do you see the titles, and how to read from left to right. All of these little details, it will be a very much a first introduction to the books. So in my list, I make sure that there was numbers, vocabulary, actions, and books that were very engaging with the child, very interactive books. So the first book I have chosen is called The Caterpillar, and the caterpillar has been a very hungry caterpillar. It's been written by Carle, and I'm sure many of you have come across this book. And it's about a little caterpillar that goes, and it's a journey of the caterpillar, and the caterpillar eats through different food and different leaves, and at the end of the book it becomes very big, it becomes a cocoon, and then it becomes a butterfly. But throughout the book, the child has an opportunity to put their little fingers, and they go through the holes, and they can name the food that it has, where the caterpillar has been eating. And so you learn new vocabulary, you learn numbers, you also learn the days of the week. So it's actually good fun to introduce this to a child that doesn't have English, so you can actually do it together and really repeat at least 3 times some of the words, key words that you want your child to learn. The second book I have chosen is Dear Zoo by Campbell. And what I like about this book, it's about the zoo choosing the best pet for a child. And so he receives different animals, and the child, each page he has to turn, and then he opens the page, and there's a little flap, and then he discovers a new animal. So what I like about this book is it's very much focused on the name of animals. So you will learn new vocabulary about animals, and also it's very interactive. So the child will open the flap, and they will see a giraffe, they will see a lion, and at the end, it's of course a little puppy. So the child is very excited, and he will ask you to read it again and again and again. And I have another video about this, but it's a wonderful book to really enjoy discovering, reading, and learning words. The third book I have chosen, it's called 100 Words by Priddy. So this book is not interactive as such. It has lots of pictures, but the pictures are very vivid. They are very colorful, and they are real. It's not like a cartoonish. So you have the picture, and then underneath each picture you have a word, and you've got 100 pictures with 100 words underneath each picture. And what I like about this book is that if your child has gained quite a bit of vocabulary already in English, then this is perfect for him or for her. And because then together you can learn new words. And don't forget, if you don't know, or if you have a child that have very little English, then it's okay. You can go through each item or each picture, and it's like tree, this is a tree, or a baby, this is a baby, and really reinforce the pronunciation of each word. The fourth book I have chosen, it's called Fox by Kate read. And I love this book because it's like a thriller, and it's a fox that's very hungry, and he sees some hens, and basically really wants to have the hens for his dinner. So as you turn the pages, the fox is really on a journey. So you can you're counting the ears, you're counting the teeth, and then you see the fox very close with his teeth and his mouth wide open. But in the end, in fact, it's the chicken that are running after the fox, and it's really, there's lots of suspense, and the child gets really engaged. So in this book, the child will learn to count, the child will learn simple word like teeth, ears, paws, or a fox, hens, eggs. And all of these will be contributing to, again, gaining more knowledge and understanding of the English language. The fifth book I have chosen is an action book. So it's called Clap Your Hands by Helen, Oxenbury. So again, in this book, it's flat pages. It's not interactive. It's not like a child can put his hand somewhere or little holes or touch. But what I like about this book, if you really read with the child and make sure you are completely engaged in the story, the child can play a game whilst he's reading the story. So for example, at some point, the children are making music, or they are dancing, or they are jumping, or they are turning, and all of that you can do it together with your child. For example, clap your hand, let's clap together, and then you will clap your hand together. And so I like this book because it's different style, because it's more of an action book, so you can learn the verb in this book. In conclusion, reading with a child is absolutely crucial. The child will really discover a different world. He will discover the 2D world. He will see that images and word brings him to a complete different world, and this is a wonderful opportunity for the child to discover letters and how we can communicate in a different way. But the very crucial point here is it has to be real books. Ideally, I know perhaps you live in a country where you don't have those books and you can't get access to those books. If you could print those books, that would be great. You could make those books by drawing yourself. And if you really can't get hold of those books, then you could use a tablet. But if you do that, try to be very interactive with your child and be yourself the book. I will do another video about tablets or phone or anything like that with children younger than 2. But ideally, you would be so part of the story that the child will focus on you more than the tablet. But if it's a book, then there's no problem with that. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe if you like, and bye-bye. Thank you.